Good morning. This is to explain about the policy development and review procedure. As we have to implement the new standards for RTO 2015, it is important for us to have a look at all our policies and do necessary updates. And I would like to get all the management team involved in this process. So we have actually prepared a policy development and review procedure, and this will explain the basic concept we have to go through, and we can then start working from here. So the purpose is basically to align all the policies to ASCO standards for 2015, and same time also structuring in a same manner, means we just creating this policy as a template to be used for all our other policies. And if some of the policies, if there is nothing, if some sections are missing, you can actually bring it over here. So I would like to just explain this. All the policies must compliance to, it should have version and its update date, which normally automatically collected in the online system now. And first thing is to explain the purpose. While explaining the purpose of each policy, we should basically use more wet terminologies in order to make sure that the policy is clear in its relevance. So the responsibility will be either it should be a position or a committee. It shouldn't be a person's name who is responsible. And definitions, would like to see all the wet terminology we used in the policy is being defined here. So in the purpose section, we have wet quality framework. So what is meant by wet quality framework? We should be able to get it from the definition section. So wet quality frameworks means the following: the standards for registered training organization RTOs 2015, the Australian qualification framework, the fit and proper person requirements, financial viability and risk assessment requirements, data protection requirements. So this covers quite a lot. So by using one time, policies to meeting wet quality framework, which cover a lot in our industry. So it's very important that when we drafting or developing a new policy or amending current policies, include all the wet terminologies in the policy so that it has been well defined. And then we go into external references. So if we have used any of the external references in terms of developing or improving this policy, has to be listed here. And internal references are basically the documents related to the related documents. Basically, if there is policy is actually having a form, then you can actually put a form and their document code and the location related record location is basically where this form to be completed and kept. So certain forms are kept in a very specific location. So it will be good for us to identify the record location as well. Then we need to explain the procedure or policy, whatever it means, and the body of the thing. And you can have multiple sections here, maybe 6, 7, 8, depend on the policy what we are talking about. And the final conclusion will be acknowledgements to all the resources we use to develop this policy and procedure. So it will be a good practice to acknowledge any external resources we used for developing the policy. So to start with all our policies, what I did is in the Dropbox ASCO IHNA folder, we have created a new folder called Policy and Procedure Review. In that, we exactly follow the policies under the sections which is published in Knowledge at the moment. So each policy, example like I'll go into governance, which is I'm working on it. So there is two policy development procedure and terms of reference for board of studies. So these two policies are there, and what I'm trying to do is basically just copy the current published document into a Word document here, and then restructuring it in such a way that it can be because there is major changes to be done to these two policies, so I actually copied here, and then we just going to work through it. And once all the things are done, we can actually follow the procedure. The procedure says that we need to review by the management, and once the management review is completed, we are also going to do a editing by external editor in order to check grammar and spellings, and as well as the presentation. And then the final stage will be board of studies will be reviewing and endorsing the policy. Once the board of studies approved, it can be published through Knowledge Hub. So the policy will be published through Knowledge Hub only after board of studies approves. In this folder, I also put a wet terminology document published by Welch. So you can use this to refer to certain terminologies. So you can also look at ASCO's UserGate standards website, where all the standards are explained, and also there is a appendix and FAQs. So I will suggest you to go through the whole sections and get an understanding of the new standard while we updating the policies. And some of the content from here we can actually take it to the policy. What the policy, what the content, what the user guide says, we need to reflect in the policy. So it's very important to use reference to user guide to the standards for art registered training organizations 2015, published by ASQA. So that's all I would like to explain to you, and I look forward to. I'm planning to divide these policy amendments to different staff members. So a email will be sent to all of you to really work through it. Thank you.